I don't. Oh, yeah, I think you can hear me. I had like a weird audio issue as I listened to the count. I could not hear the countdown at all, but I knew you guys could. So as long as you guys can hear, that's fine. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad. Stock market is crazy and chaotic. My mission has been to help you guys own it. Looking at the market today, it has been kind of a boring day, and then all of a sudden, Bed Bath & Beyond goes crazy, and it's up 100% out of nowhere, or seemingly out of nowhere. Let's take a look at that chart real quick. Actually, before we do that, let me shout everybody out from the starting five. If you guys are just joining for the first time in a minute, let me know what you guys think about the new background too. I'm changing some things up. I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to be better for you guys. So make sure you hit that thumbs up if you're also enjoying some of the stuff as well. So, and give me some good feedback. I would love to hear from you. Positive or negative, just give me the feedback. I would love that. What's up, Froggy? Savvy Money Show, Bruce, the 1D Lee, Snookeroo. You guys are my starting five. I certainly appreciate you guys tuning in early. If you missed the starting five, it could be because you're not hitting that subscribe button or that notification bell. So make sure you guys do that. Would love to hear from you guys. And hit that. And if you show up early, you just might get that shout out. So yeah, let me see here. So again, as I'd mentioned, let me, I feel like there's some sort of technical issue happening. I hope it's not. I hope it's just me. I hope it's not like, I hope you guys aren't seeing this stuff. But I do just need to double check some things. Okay, I think we're good. Let me know if you can't hear me or whatever. But let's take a look at the chart here on Bed Bath & Beyond. It's quite interesting. You can see here it is now up 90% just about. It's been halted several times. And it is one of those things where we haven't really been able to quite explain. My best explanation I can give for this is the short interest, right? The short interest right now is at 46% as of today's open. And so I would imagine that we're seeing probably a bit of a short squeeze take place. I'm not seeing any other catalyst that would signify any reason why this is going on. It just looks like some unusual volume. According to Seeking Alpha, Bloomberg has also reported that former employees have not been paid severance payments owed to them. Over 209 million shares of Bed Bath & Beyond have swapped hands on Monday versus the normal activity of 37 million. That is insane. At one point after a trading halt, Bed Bath & Beyond was up over 120% for the session. After a few weeks of drama, it is still unclear if the retailer will survive with no bankruptcy filing, a restructure with some assets being sold, or completely liquidate its assets and cease to operate. So if you guys are looking to take a stab at Bed Bath & Beyond, here's what I would say. I'm not telling you not to trade it, but do trade it. At least have some common sense about you. Listen, if we've learned nothing from GameStop, from AMC, from all these businesses that have gotten the shit shorted out of them, what goes up must come down. Okay? And in Bed Bath & Beyond's case, there is no saving this company, in my opinion. None. Absolutely no saving this company. And I would say that if you get caught in this, and let's just say, right, the stock runs up tomorrow, the Chapter 11 filing comes out, you will be screwed. Not only that, but if they do liquidate, you can't get that money back, period. You can't even sell those shares. You're not getting nothing. Absolutely zero is what you're getting. So, just be careful is all I'm saying. I'm not telling you not to trade it. I'm just saying be careful trading it. And don't think that you can go in here and just ape it up and it makes you your next million. It ain't going to happen. At least not in my opinion. Snookeroo says, just having some fun with Bed Bath & Beyond, scalping kind of like the old days. Yeah, there's definitely been a bit of a shift from the retail trader lots more activity going on from the retail trading side. And I think that there's certainly something to be said for that. I've noticed a little bit of an uptick in activity just on YouTube in general. More people seem to be interested in trading again after they all got rocked last year. So it feels good to at least see some decent movement in that regard. Savvy Money Show says BFRG is my sympathy play to P. Oh, I was just talking about something else. Don't marry a stock that will end up pumping and dumping. Absolutely. Trade it. Don't marry it. So love that sentiment there. Let's take a look back on Bed Bath & Beyond and kind of see where we're at here. It got halted on the way up, and then it was halted on the way down. So it looks like it's starting to surge back up as we get closer to the end of the day. Got about 8 minutes or so, 8.5 minutes before the market closes, and it looks like we're starting to see a surge into this close. That's what I would say. If you bought Bed Bath & Beyond this morning, if it were me, I'd be out this afternoon. If I bought this morning and made this kind of money in one day, out. On a company like Bed Bath & Beyond, I would be out. It's a trash company. They have no idea how they're paying their employees or any of that. So just consider that, guys. Just be careful. Hey, Daniel Camarena, what's up, man? Live from the FedEx truck. Volume is back up. FedEx dealing with weather issues in Memphis. Oh, that's not good. Not good at all. Got about 48 of you guys tuning in. I don't know if YouTube didn't put the notifications out or what, but usually I'm expecting more people than that. But that's okay. We're gonna keep trucking on. We have earnings that we're going to react to today. Of course, Pinterest, Take-Two, Activision, both of the video game companies are reporting today. Chegg, as well as Spirit Airlines and Skyworks. Simon Property Group also reporting today. Simon Property Group, ticker symbol SPG, has been one that has kind of been flying under the radar. SPG did well during coming out of the pandemic, I should say. And then, of course, fell with everything else. But it's also been surging up. This is your weekly chart. And since September, it's gone up significantly. I think that Simon Property has a lot of potential here to do quite well, actually. Again, ticker symbol is SPG. Their estimated earnings per share today is $1.78, $1.29 billion. The street split on this, 5 upward revisions to 4 down. So not a whole lot of analysts cover this stock, but it's a REIT. And I think the REITs are going to continue to do well. So keep an eye on this. The dividend is not bad either. Dividend is on par, I should say. It's just okay. But REITs in general are going to continue to do well. The profitability is insane for SPG. Their profit margins are about 63. The payout ratio is 63%. Cash from operations is $3.72 billion. It is ridiculous. Growth on that is insane. So keep an eye on SPG. I know this isn't the sexy one that everybody wants to look at, but just, sometimes looking at a little dark horse that might not catch everybody's eye, but sometimes those are the sneaky good ones. So keep an eye on that. Then we have Chegg. They have earnings this afternoon. Estimated earnings per share on Chegg is 38 cents, 202.1 million. The interesting thing about Chegg is I believe last time they came in and crushed earnings and then the stock went nuts. So yeah, I think that this could also have the potential to do quite well. You can see this is their last earnings, this huge gap up on that. Some pretty decent moves. Obviously came back and retreated, but I think that this could have some fireworks here this afternoon as well. So keep an eye on that for Chegg. Then we have a few others. Pinterest obviously being one. Let's pull that chart up. Now, this is kind of like the last of the social medias that are reporting, but this one's actually had a pretty decent move. Last quarter they did well. The quarter before they did well. And, it might not be one of the big major players in the social media space when you compare it to something like Meta or Snap, but it holds its own, and it's actually been doing quite well. Estimated earnings per share, 28 cents, 886.78 million. Nothing but upward revisions from this. I think this one actually looks pretty darn good. And I saw a couple of comments here this afternoon in the chat. People kind of liking Pinterest. I agree with you. I think Pinterest is actually one that certainly looks interesting as well. So we'll keep an eye on that too. Let me know what you guys are looking at as well. We'll take a look at Activision. Activision also reporting earnings this afternoon. We got about 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes before the close. Activision, as we all know, buyout agreement between them and Microsoft. So it hasn't moved a ton, but you can see that it's still followed the market for the most part. Estimated earnings per share for them are at $1.51, $3.18 billion, 16 upward revisions to 4 down. The big struggle here has been growth for Activision. Really, the video game sector in general has seen a huge slowdown since the pandemic, and for all the reasons we can very easily explain. Last time growth or year-over-year revenue growth is down minus 18%. So they're not growing. They're doing the exact opposite. We'll see what they have to say as far as that's concerned. And then you have Take-Two also in that category. They're a little bit different story from Take-Two. Revenue year-over-year growth is at actually 28%. Take-Two is a much better looking company. 88 cents per share, $1.45 billion is the expectation here. Nothing but downward revisions from this. Last time they came in and actually didn't do well on earnings and the stock suffered. I think this time around we could see a bit of a turnaround from them. You can see last quarter earnings. Here's your earnings date. That was back in November 4th. Huge gap down, and is done nothing but go up since then. It actually isn't doing half bad. The last couple of days, of course, it's had a little bit of a move down, but we'll see. Year to date, the stock is up 2.5%, so pretty underperforming the market. Pretty tough. So, video game sector has been a real big challenge just because of what we've seen for the most part, from everybody kind of getting used to the fact that the markets the pandemic plays such as ATVI or Take-Two aren't there anymore. And so that's going to be something that'll be interesting to watch. Those are the ones that I think are worth keeping an eye on. Of course, we have Spirit Airlines, but we've heard from the airlines already. I wouldn't expect too much from them, but we can, of course, see if it's worth reacting to. Spirit Airlines, estimated earnings per share for them is 3 cents, 1.39 billion, 6 upper revisions, 3 down. And so that'll be interesting to watch if you like watching paint dry. I don't think there's anything that we're going to I don't think there's anything we're going to learn from Spirit's earnings. I could be wrong. Maybe something crazy happens, but I would be shocked if we got anything of substantial movement from them. 78 of you guys in here and climbing up. Now it's up to 81. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up, I certainly would appreciate it. And if you guys wouldn't mind as well, maybe taking a look at that join button next to subscribe. We've changed the Chaos Crew parameters a little bit. I've just started going live in the mornings. I saw a lot of you guys give me some good feedback on that. I certainly appreciate that. So you're going to catch me in the morning and you're going to catch me in the afternoon doing live streams. And then I'm going to be doing pre-recorded content as well, throwing out shorts. I'm throwing the whole kitchen sink at this channel, guys. I'm back in full force. And I'm also partnering with Don from the Don Fran Show. So there's two things. I will be going live in the mornings and then giving access to only my Chaos Crew members to actually be able to participate in that live stream. So for $5 a month, it helps me out substantially and really doesn't hurt you all that much, right? It's $5. It's not gonna, you're not even gonna feel that. So I certainly would appreciate it if you could help show some support. And then the partnering with Don side of things is through my Patreon. I do Stock Watch Sunday. That's only available for my Chaos Crew members over on patreon.com/ownthechaos. The link is in the description. And then Don is also joining forces with me over at Patreon as well. He goes live 5 days a week, breaks down a bunch of tickers for all of you guys to hang out and be in there, as well as our Discord. I mean, the Patreon is really where it's at. So if you guys want to help support the channel, help support Don and myself, go check us out over at patreon.com/ownthechaos. Would love you guys to hang out with us over there. We're just starting to kind of really navigate everything over there. So be patient with us there. But that is your up-to-date news on what's going on with Own the Chaos, the Chaos Crew. Would love to have you guys over there. I'm super pumped, super excited for what's to come between Don and I's partnership and really Own the Chaos in general. I've been really excited to kind of get back into things. And thanks, Felicia. She says, glad to have you back. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So, yeah, I'm super pumped. Savvy Money Show says, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Snookeroo. Market is trying to go green into the close. Let's see. So, it's 4:01 Eastern time. The market is officially closed. And it looks like it closed, all closed in the red. The Dow was the closest one. It was only down 0.1% on the day, but everything else was pretty much down. NASDAQ was down 1%, 119 points. S&P was down 25 points. Oil was up again today, almost $75 a barrel on WTI crude. And looking at Bitcoin, that is sitting at $23,013 per Bitcoin. That's up about 0.5%, which is a bit contrary to what it's been doing, as it has typically been influenced by the Qs or the NASDAQ. And today wasn't the case for that. So that's okay. We'll see what happens with Bed Bath & Beyond as well, but let's go ahead and get into some of these earnings to see what might be moving. So as I'd mentioned, we have a couple of things that we're going to be reacting to. Take-Two has already started moving up. That stock is now up 2% after hours. And so let's see what we got here for Take-Two. I'm going to start pulling these earnings up as we continue to react to them. As soon as I have Take-Two, I'll be happy to share that with you. Take-Two doesn't look like those numbers are out just yet. But the stock is moving regardless. By the way, make sure you're sticking around to the end of the show. Phone calls are back. If you guys want to call into the show, I'll be happy to give you the number towards the end of the show. But you got to stick around. If you guys want to call in and ask me some questions about what's going on in the market, if you have a question about a particular stock, be happy to take your guys' phone calls. So make sure you're waiting to the end of the stream for that. You're not going to want to miss it. It's been a lot of fun, actually. I've really enjoyed you guys calling in since I've started kind of bringing that back. I used to do it years ago on the stream, but I'm happy to bring that back now. It's a ton of fun. Take-Two don't have any numbers yet, but yet the stock is up 2%. It's on low volume, but still, looks like it's a decent volume here right after hours. Checking a couple other ones. Activision, no real movement on that just yet. Pinterest doesn't seem to be moving yet on earnings. Simon Property also reporting today. This was kind of my dark horse, my wild card for the day. Simon Property Group was. Don't see any earnings numbers on that just yet. Chegg is up 4%. Here we go. Chegg's got to be, those numbers got to be out. Let's see on Chegg. Look at this popping here after hours. No, nothing on them either. I don't see anything out on Chegg just yet. I mean, it's got to be out. The stock's up 4%. I mean, that would be something if it's 4% on no volume. Still just waiting, I guess, on a lot of these numbers. Checking in here on a few others. Bed Bath & Beyond was kind of like a headline story here, and it's actually holding its own after hours. It was up 92%. It was up as high as 120% today, and it looks like it's still climbing here after hours. Crazy move. Short squeeze play more than likely. Had 46% short interest going into today. I would imagine that interest is probably potentially increasing. We'll see. Trading volume today was absolutely insane. Take-Two now moving down here after hours. Let's see what we got on Take-Two. If there's anything on Take-Two. Here we go. Looks like those numbers are finally out. Take-Two came in. GAAP net revenue increased 56% to $1.41 billion. I believe 1.32 was the expectation there. Let me just confirm that for you guys. Take-Two earnings. Let's see here. 1.45. So they actually missed. They missed on revenue. I don't know where I got 1.31. They actually missed on revenue. 1.41 was the actual. 1.45 was expected. GAAP net loss per share was 91 cents. So that is actually missing expectations there as well. Yikes. Adjusted restricted operating cash flow for the 9 months ended December 31st, 2022 was $1.229 million. Net bookings grew 60% to $1.38 billion. So it looks like they missed all the way around. GAAP net revenue increased 56%, as I'd mentioned, to $1.41 billion. Not good earnings so far from Take-Two. We have to see what the outlook looks like here too, because it looks as if maybe the outlook also disappointed. Not seeing much, not seeing too much good coming out of this one. Stock's down 2.5% now, and falling off of earnings miss. Activision's actually up now. This could be for one of two reasons: either the numbers are out, or it's just up because Take-Two is down. Nope. Activision Blizzard came in adjusted earnings per share $1.87 versus $1.52 that was expected. Net bookings of $3.57 billion versus the $3.08 billion that was expected. Sees Q1 net bookings growth at least mid-teens year over year, and sees 2023 net bookings up at least high single digits year over year. That is a stark difference than from what we saw last year this time. Remember what I was saying? We were seeing a loss of growth. Significant loss of growth, and it looks as if we're seeing growth return to Activision. That's very interesting. And now Pinterest is down 14%. Yikes. Pinterest came in and did well last quarter and beat expectations all the way around, and had a pretty decent gap up off of earnings last time around. This time, whole different ball game. We saw this happen to Snap last week. Remember that? Last Tuesday, we saw Snap really take it on the chin. Revenue for Pinterest came in at $877.2 million versus the $885 that was expected. So missing on revenue. Earnings per share 29 cents versus the 28 that was expected. So a slight beat on earnings for Pinterest, but revenue came in lighter than expected. It looks as if, let's see what those DAU numbers are. I'm sure that probably is influencing the stock too. Pinterest offers guidance and approves a $500 million buyback. It looks as if that's not enough to save the stock. I mean, we saw that $40 billion buyback from Meta skyrocket the stock. And then here you have it. Pinterest is really shit in the bed right now. Q4 grew 4% year over year to $877 million. 2022 revenue increased 9% year over year. Looking at a couple other things. Company said, quote, 2022 was a solid year. We returned to monthly average user growth, deepened engagement, and saw our personalization and relevance investment start to pay off. This is from Bill Reddy, the CEO. We're building upon this foundation by staying focused on growing monetization per user, integrating shopping throughout the core user experience, and increasingly driving operational rigor. While the industry as a whole is facing headwinds, we are adapting quickly to a changing macro environment. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, but you missed expectations on revenue. And the stock's now down 11.5%. Interesting. Checking in with you guys to see how you are reacting to this news on Pinterest, Activision, and Take-Two. 168 of you guys watching. I certainly appreciate you guys hanging in the stream. If you like the stream so far, make sure you hit that thumbs up. I certainly would appreciate it. And if you want to show me some support, make sure you hit that join button next to subscribe. You get all kinds of goodies for $5 a month. Can't beat it. Let's go ahead and check out Chegg and see how Chegg is doing. That is now shitting the bed. It's down 18% after hours. Remember, again, this is another one. Like Pinterest, Chegg did really well after last quarter. But this quarter, completely different story, it looks like. It's down nearly 20% after hours and continuing to get crushed here. Huge move down. So Chegg came in, this according to Seeking Alpha, earnings per share 40 cents. They beat by 2 cents on estimations. Revenue of $205.2 million. They actually beat that as well. So they came in and beat earnings. Subscription services revenue grew 4% year over year to $177.5 million, or 87% of total net revenues, compared to 82% in Q4 of 21. Chegg services revenue was $200.7 million, again beating expectations. Adjusted EBITDA of $74. $5 million was the number of Chegg services subscribers, increase of 8% year over year. I don't like that number. 8% year over year growth is not what we should be looking at for Chegg. First quarter of 2023, total net revenues in the range of 184 to 186 versus the 200.21 million consensus. That's another reason why the stock is down. Guidance is way down from what expectations were by about 10%. Subscription service revenues in the range of 166 to 168 million. Gross margins were between 72 and 73%. That is insane margin, by the way. That is an insane margin. Capital expenditures in the range of 80 to 85 million. Free cash flow in the range of 185 to 195 million. So Chegg, this is a classic example of a stock that beats on earnings, but revenue just absolutely kills it. And that's what's happening here with Chegg. Unfortunately, it's getting crushed off of guidance. And we see that a lot, right? And this is exactly why it's always risky to play earnings and just expect the stock to beat earnings and then it goes up. It's not always going to be the case. That is what it is. Checking in on you guys. Some of the reactions here. Some people were happy about Chegg. Hopefully they were short on it. Hopefully you guys were short on Chegg. Hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream so far. I certainly would appreciate it. About 184 of you guys watching. Thanks for allowing me to be a part of your afternoon. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. So if you guys are just tuning in, a couple of things that we have reacted to already. We reacted to Activision. They came in and had a solid quarter, especially considering what we've seen from them in the last several quarters. Pretty terrible growth. They came in and beat on earnings and revenue and announced some pretty decent growth moving forward in the current quarter. Take-Two is a whole different story. The stock is starting to claw its way back. It was down around 3.5% or so, and is just hanging here at 2.25, down 2.25. They actually missed earnings and didn't have a great outlook either on guidance. So that's why that stock is down. Pinterest getting smashed right now. A lot of it has to do with guidance as well, and they didn't do all that great on earnings either. Monthly active users, I think, is what the big culprit here is for Pinterest. The stock's continuing to get smacked. It was down around 18% though, so I guess looking at it down only 12 isn't as bad as it could be. Simon Property Group, I don't think has reported yet. This was one that I had mentioned that I thought was going to be a bit of a wild card for me. I like looking at these stocks that nobody really talks about. Yeah, so Simon Property came in at $3.15. The consensus was $3.14. Let's see on revenue for Simon Property. So if we got anything. Yeah, here we go. Revenue came in at $836.01 million. That's actually a slowing of growth by 2% year over year. So that's interesting. Occupancy was 94.9% at December 31st of 2022 compared to 93.4% at December 31st of 21. So that is a decent increase of 1.5%. Base minimum rent per square foot was $55.13 at December 31st compared to $53.91, an increase of 2.3%. So really nothing too earth-shattering. Okay, interesting. Simon Property Group just turned green, though. Board of Directors declared a quarterly common stock dividend of $1.80 for the first quarter of 2023. This is an increase of 9% year over year. Dividend will be payable on March 31st. I'm telling you, though, I think the REITs are going to continue to do well. Let's look at the Simon Property Group on the daily. Look at the move that it's had since September. REITs are crushing it right now. Absolutely crushing it. So if you're looking for some REITs, Simon Property Group is definitely a solid one. There's plenty out there to take a look at. Turk Boy says, you have to make morning live chat open to all subscribers at least while you are starting it out. No, I don't have to. Bro. It's an experiment. I hate it when people tell me what I have to do. Like I haven't been doing this for 6 years. Surfer Dude says, although Snap got hit after earnings, they are trading higher than the drop because of the bullish week we had. Could happen with Pinterest too. Yeah. Snookeroo, looks like Pinterest is doing a stock buyback. They are, but it's not enough, I guess, to save the stock. We can go back and look at Pinterest right now. It is not moving all that great. Still, it is clawing its way back here. Maybe some people are warming up to the buyback. It's now only down around 11% after hours. It was down as much as 18, almost 20%. NASCAR All Out says you have to listen to me right now. Okay, I don't have anything to say. About 200 of you guys watching this afternoon. I certainly appreciate you allowing me to do so, to be a part of your afternoon, sorry. And if you guys wouldn't mind, if you're enjoying the stream so far, hit that thumbs up. I certainly would appreciate it. Oh my God, I love you guys. You have to do what we want you to do. Oh, the comments are hilarious. Jeff Bonica, what's up, my man? What's up? Long time no see. Taha Unal. I think I pronounced that right. I always butcher names, so sorry about this. I feel like Pinterest will be a big play in the social media industry in the future, but I don't know about the company. I will research more. Maybe I can buy some up. Talking about Pinterest. Yeah, I mean, obviously, research is always going to be your best friend when it comes to investing in anything. Don't invest in anything that you don't understand. And, you know, I never give investment advice, right? It's all for entertainment. But, you know, I think there's some common sense things, right? You're not going to just go spend money on something you have no idea about, right? So, yeah. Just use your head. Use your noggin. 4%. That's how much Skyworks is up right now. They also had earnings today. Let's go ahead and see where Skyworks is at. As soon as I get my shit together. Here we go. Skyworks. Let's see here. Skyworks came in revenue of $1.329 billion, GAAP diluted earnings per share $1.93. Ugh, get it out, Brad. Diluted earnings per share of $2.59. Quarterly operating cash flow $773.4 million. That is a beat, it looks like, all the way across the board. So they see, this is guidance here, they see Q2 adjusted earnings per share midpoint of $2.02 versus $2.24 estimated. That is a miss on that guidance, but revenue comes in a little bit higher, 1.25 billion to 1.17 versus the 1.19 estimate. So that's on the high side of guidance estimates. Huh. Interesting on Skyworks here. And it just started to turn red. Oh, no, just kidding. It's up. I had a wrong screen pulled up. My bad. It's still up 4%. Low volume still, but it's still up 4%. Let's see. December, yeah, it basically came in line on those earnings, and then revenue guidance was up a little bit higher than expected. So that looks to be why that stock is up. $2.59 is what it came in. $2.61 was the expectation, depending on where you got your information from. It's plus or minus a couple cents. So we'll just call that in line. So Skyworks up 4%. Can't be mad at it, at least on anything else today. I mean, Jesus. Nothing else is looking good. Take-Two comes in, not doing well. Activision came in and was just okay. I thought the growth there was the real story for Activision when we didn't see any growth from them virtually over the last year. So pretty decent growth from them on that announcement. Pinterest comes in, shits the bed on earnings, but then announces a $500 million buyback, hoping that's going to save their quarter. I don't think that's going to do the trick for them. It has to be more than $500 million. If it was in the $1 billion range, now we're talking, right? But I don't think that a $500 million buyback is really going to move the needle a whole lot. That being said, the stock was down 18%, now only down around 9.5%. Simon Property Group came in with so-so earnings, but dividend was a 10% increase. That stock's also moving up a little bit after hours on low volume. Chegg really shit the bed. That stock's down to 20.25%. And we talked about Bed Bath & Beyond. That stock is still just kind of holding on here after hours. It was up as much as 120%, basically on a short squeeze. I think that's what's happening here with Bed Bath & Beyond. 46% and some change as far as short interest is concerned on Bed Bath & Beyond. And that's what we're seeing out of that. A couple of comments from you guys. As soon as it loads up, I don't know what's going on. Oh, here we go. So some of you are talking about, I see Will. Let's see. Adrian asked about Skyworks. Already covered that. Activision Blizzard already came out. Oh, yeah. Spirit Air Systems. Let's cover that one real quick. And then I can start taking some calls. How about that? So not Spirit Air Systems. Spirit Airlines. I always get the two confused. Spirit Airlines is up 5.5%, but giving back a lot of its gains so far here after hours. Let's go ahead and see where SAVE is at. Gosh, remember when this was kind of like the beginning of the meme movement, the meme stock movement? Everybody went crazy on the airlines and the cruise lines. Gosh, feels like it was 10 years ago. It was only 2. They came in a loss of 80 cents. Expectation for Spirit Airlines was a 3 cents. So they came in, missed on earnings big time. Let's see where the revenue is. Hold on. Let me just back up. Looks like 12 cents was the actual. I don't know where that number came from. Let me just reconfirm here. 12 cents. Yes. Okay. I stand corrected. 12 cents was the actual on Spirit. The expected was 3. So pretty decent beat on earnings per share. Sales came in at 1.39 billion versus the 1.38. So just barely squeaking out a beat on revenue. Stock's given back some of its gains, but it's still up 4% after hours. You could have done worse. You could have done worse than Spirit today. You could have owned Chegg. You could have owned Chegg. It could have been way worse for you. Hopefully, some of you Chegg holders out there aren't feeling the pain too much. Hopefully, you guys are doing all right. Checking in on some of these. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, hit that thumbs up. I certainly would appreciate it, just to help show some support. If you want to show some support even further, I'd encourage you to check out the join button next to subscribe. Every morning I'm going live. Tomorrow I will not be live tomorrow morning. I will be traveling, and so if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that join button, though, I'll be back Wednesday morning, and we'll love for you guys to be a part of the morning show. Best way to be a part of that is to become part of the Chaos crew. Devontae Johnson says, I believe Chegg will spearhead tools to detect AI plagiarism. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that there's certainly an opportunity there, but it might not come for a while. We'll see. I just saw M. Nice's comment. Says, I'm not saying I have more money than anyone else. I probably don't. But my life is worth more than Spirit Airlines. M. Nice, I agree with that. I mean, listen. That's what Southwest is for, right? You want a cheap flight, and you don't want to feel cheap. Just do yourself a favor, fly Southwest. That was hilarious. Oh man, I love you guys. All right, so let's do it. It's that time of day. I'm gonna take some phone calls here. Let me make sure we're set up here for this. Yeah, we're good. Gonna take some calls. Phone number's going in the chat. Let's see who wants to chat with me today. There it is. If you guys want to call in, we'd love to hear from you guys and answer some questions. Let's do it. Who's calling in today? Alejandro says, thank you for the earnings coverage. Of course, my man. Of course. If you guys want to call in, please feel free to do so. A couple other comments here. Thoughts on expectations on Spirit Aero Systems, not to be confused with Spirit Airlines. Is Spirit Air Systems tomorrow? I don't see that Spirit Air Systems is tomorrow. I have the calendar pulled up. Might not be on there. Spirit Air Systems, I think, will be in good shape. Boeing and Spirit Air Systems kind of run in tandem. So essentially how Boeing goes, so will Spirit Air Systems. Spirit Air Systems, in my opinion, is far undervalued, but it has been for so long, and I'm just not confident on that stock moving anytime soon. If you have patience for it, by all means, hang on to it. Just my thoughts and my opinion, of course, but that's how I would treat that stock. If you buy it and you own it, pretend like you don't have it, and then be happy when it moves one day. Greetings from the Netherlands and from Sweden. Oh, nice. We got some people from around the globe. Let's go. If you guys want to call, again, the numbers in the chat. You know what? I'll just pin this chat so it doesn't get lost. I pinned it to the top of the page if you guys want to call in and be a part of the show. We'd love to have you guys here. When is Pinterest conference call? I believe it is in about an hour or about 30 minutes, thereabouts. Alex is from Moscow. Hell yeah. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know in the comments. Tomorrow we have earnings that I'll be reacting to as well. Pre-market, there isn't a whole lot going on. There's Royal Caribbean, BP, Hertz, DuPont. Nothing too glamorous there. But in the afternoon, we'll be back at 3:45 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button to get notified and the notification bell to get notified when I go live at 3:45 p.m. Eastern time. Enphase, as well as Chipotle, Fortinet, Lumen, and others that will be reporting after hours. If you guys want to react with me, have that instant reaction, make sure you hit that subscribe and that notification bell. Would love to have you guys as a part of the stream tomorrow. It's another great week, by the way. Uber, CVS, Wendy's, Yum Brands, Under Armour is Wednesday morning. Then we have Disney, Affirm, Robinhood, MGM, O'Reilly, all on Wednesday after the close. Pepsi, AbbVie, Canopy Growth, Kellogg's, Toyota, all going to be pre-market on Thursday. And then PayPal, Cloudflare, Lyft, Expedia, Aurora Cannabis, and several others that are going to be on Thursday afternoon as well. It's going to be a great week, guys. This is really going to be a week, in my opinion, to kind of see how the consumer is doing, the health of the consumer. Obviously, today wasn't great, but none of these stocks were consumer type stocks. Tomorrow is really going to be where we see that we're going to see that picture painted, right? Especially with Royal Caribbean and Hertz. How's the consumer doing? Are they still out there spending? I mean, we saw 530 million or 525,000 jobs added to the economy, to the workforce in January. It's a pretty substantial number. So if they're out there making money, chances are they're all out there spending it too. So be interesting to see what some of these retail companies actually do. I'm looking forward to Chipotle. I think that they're going to do really well too. I actually have a video coming out on Chipotle stock this evening, so make sure you guys are looking out for that. Nobody seemed interested in calling today, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that nobody's going to. That's all good. Snookeroo watching from North Carolina. Jeff Ponica from Chicago. Chi-town. Native Gamer says Royal Caribbean is going to fail. Probably, but not for a while. They have a shit ton of convertible debt to get through. I don't disagree with you, but somebody's going to hold them up. Pal tomorrow speaks at noon. Hello, don't know, 443 from California. What's up? Darwin says, went to the mall for the first time in many years recently. It was packed. I guess that's a Simon Property Group reference. Hawaii in the house. John Pichon? Is that how you say that? John Pichon? From Hawaii. Nice. Hell yeah. All right. This is great. Good show today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button. We'll do this again tomorrow. Hopefully some of you guys will call in. It's the first stream nobody has called in. But that's okay. It's a slow day. It's Monday. Everybody's still getting to get the groove back, so I'm cool with that. But guys, see you tomorrow, okay? 3:45 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you guys hitting that subscribe button, that notification bell, and I'll see you all in the afternoon. Until then, stay safe out there, and have a great night. Peace.